So my new camera has just arrived. So coming up in this week's video, why I decided to upgrade, plus a behind the scenes look at the gear that I use to create videos just like this one. Welcome to the Photo Genius channel. Hi, Paul here from Photo Genius. Welcome to the channel. Now normally I share photography tips, tutorials, the occasional gear review, but today something a little bit different because I want to take you behind the scenes and show you the gear that I use to make videos like this one, and also discuss my brand new camera and why I decided it was time for an upgrade. So my very first tutorial went live on YouTube in 2016. It was shot on the Canon R50V, and that was an amazing camera. It served me well, in fact, until 2020 when it accidentally went for a swim while filming a video on polarizing filters. I next upgraded to the Nikon Z7, then later to the Nikon ZFC, and this has been my main video camera now for the past 4 years. Now the ZFC is a great stills camera, but it's not a great video camera. Now it did the job, but there were always a few things about it that I didn't like, and so I've been thinking about upgrading for a while. So earlier this year, Canon announced 2 brand new video focus cameras, the PowerShot V1 and the EOS R50V, and after using and testing the R50V for a few weeks, it became clear that this would be the ideal video camera for me. Now this isn't a review video, but I do want to share the reasons for my choice and what won me over. I also want to say a big thank you to Greg from Canon Australia for kindly lending me the camera, which I'm using actually right now to record this video. That's because mine has just arrived and I've yet to set it up. So the majority of my videos are what are commonly called talking head videos. So that's me talking to you about cameras and photography. So I'm this side of the camera, I'm in front of the camera. I don't have a cameraman, it's a one-man show. So to start and stop recording, I use a remote. I don't want to have to be touching the camera. Now with the Nikon ZFC, whilst the remote worked fine when connected, frustratingly the Bluetooth kept disconnecting. So having to constantly reconnect I found really frustrating, and it slowed the whole recording process down. But the new Canon BRE1 remote, which by the way is a separate purchase, connects and works flawlessly with the new camera. There's no dropout, so what was a problem has now been solved. Now, as much as I enjoy taking photos with the Nikon ZFC, the battery life in video mode was not very good, especially when using Bluetooth with the remote. More often than not, I'd be swapping batteries halfway through recording, again slowing the whole process down, very frustrating. With the R50V, I no longer have to worry about that, as it's got the option of continuous power over USB-C. Simply plug it in and that's it. Another problem sorted. Now another of the challenges I found with the Nikon ZFC was accessing the battery or the memory card while the camera was mounted on a tripod, and that's because the battery door is positioned really close to the tripod mount, so swapping batteries in the middle of a shoot wasn't easy. Now once again the R50V solved the problem for me. In addition to the standard tripod mount found on the bottom of the camera, they've also included a side tripod mount. This is genius. Of course it's going to be really useful for creators who produce vertical videos for platforms like TikTok and Instagram, but for me it simply allowed me to mount the camera from the side, thus keeping and giving me full access to the battery and memory card. It's a simple, practical improvement, but it makes a big difference to me when filming. Now, of course, you can take great still photos with this, but it has been designed predominantly as a video camera, and therefore the R50V doesn't have a viewfinder. Typically, this would be a red flag for me because I like a viewfinder, but for me this time round, I'm going to be using this just for video. Plus, of course, I'm in front of the camera, so I couldn't use the viewfinder if it had one. The flip out LCD screen does the job just fine, but for my setup I'm actually using an external monitor, and I'll show you how that works in just a second. So to summarise, in short, constant power via USB-C, the side tripod mount, a remote that works, great autofocus, eye detection, C-Log 3, they're just some of the reasons why I chose to invest in this camera. And if you would like to find out more, I've included a link in the description below this week's video. Okay, so for those of you still watching, thank you. I'm now going to take you behind the scenes and show you the rest of the gear that I use to make videos just like this one. So here is my main camera setup with the R50V attached to a Manfrotto tripod. Now this is a heavy tripod and ball head attachment, but I like it because it's stable. And as you can see, I'm using the mount on the side of the camera. There are 3 leads connected to the camera. One is the USB-C, which is powering the camera and charging the battery. There's also an HDMI, which is going to the Atomos Ninja, and also a red lead, which is for the mic. So the Atomos Ninja I use as a monitor. It means I can keep my eye on things like the focusing, make sure the recording's working. Plus it also has a hard drive built in, which means I can record directly to it if I want. This can be really useful for me if I'm on location or if I need to record what is shown on the LCD screen on a camera. So the red cable is connected to a Rode Wireless Go transmitter, which connects wirelessly to a receiver in my pocket. This connects to a lav mic with the lead running up the inside of my shirt, and the audio quality from these mics is pretty good. And because the audio is being recorded directly into the camera, it means I don't have to spend time later syncing the audio and visuals. This saves me time when editing the video. I also use a Rode USB mic on a boom arm. This is connected to my Mac and I use this for adding voiceovers such as the one you're listening to now. These are added later during the editing process. Now in most of my videos I need to deliver a lot of information, and to help me with this and to ensure I don't forget anything, I use a teleprompter. This is the DesView T2. It connects to the front of the lens. I place my phone in the teleprompter and as you can see the words are reflected back. The teleprompter was one of the best purchases I've made. It certainly makes the job a lot easier, and don't forget, if you want to find out more about the teleprompter or any of the gear mentioned in this video, just check out the links down below. Okay, so that's the video and audio side of things covered. Now let's take a look at lighting. Now whilst I do have some natural window light to my left here, in this space it's not enough and it can be quite inconsistent. So I'm using the Nanlite FC300B. Now this is a very powerful LED light. It's just out of view here and it's got a large lantern softbox attached which scatters and softens the light. To be honest, it's more powerful for the space that I'm in at the moment, so I'm running it at around about 50%. I actually have a second one that I use on location. The great thing about LED lighting is it's so easy to work with. I love it. So typically my videos run for between 8 and around 15 minutes, but can take on average about 3 days to complete when you factor in coming up with an idea or theme, script writing. Filming usually takes a couple of hours. More of course if the video involves shooting on location, which I like to do sometimes in order to demonstrate different camera settings and different photography techniques. Now I use a Mac Studio running Adobe Premiere Pro for my editing and post-processing. This part is very time consuming and can take a day or two, depending on the amount of content. So I hope you've enjoyed this look behind the scenes. If you have any questions about the gear that I'm using, please post in the comments down below. Please also share the love and hit the like button. It really helps. And of course, subscribe if you wish to see more from me. And let me know in the comments, what would you like to see on this channel in the future? So that's about it from me. Thanks again for watching and I hope to see you again soon. See ya.